Good deep breaths, flow in and out. Imagine this next huge inhale. It's like we're gathering up all the stresses, all the worries, all the cares. And with our exhale, just let all that out. For the next hour, we don't have to stress about that. It's just us getting to move, getting to be with our bodies, getting to be with community. So the word we're playing with today is lubrication. So think of a squeaky door. Every single time you open it, it makes that annoying noise until finally you remember, okay, I'm gonna oil it today. And you get the oil, and it doesn't take much, but just the tiniest bit, and suddenly the door is functioning and you never think about that squeak again. It just does what it's supposed to do. So our joints are kind of like that. We're not supposed to have squeaky joints or kind of joints that are screaming to us each time we use them. We're supposed to rest them and lubricate them to the point where they just work for us. You don't have to think about it. They're just there. And so today we're imagining that the stretches that we take and the little tiny kind of circular movements that we'll do, that all these little opportunities to be with the body, that the main thing that we're doing is helping to lubricate all those tight areas so that the joint works just a little bit better because we came to class than it did before we were in class, or if we had never taken it. And so that's the fun idea we'll be playing with today. Lubrication, just giving our body a huge gift. So with that to help lead us on, let's begin to stretch our arms all the way to the back wall. Let's start to wiggle shoulders to the right, wiggle to the left. Just a couple of easy rounds back and forth. Until the breath moving with us. Good. So when that feels pretty happy through shoulders, hips, side ribs, take the body back through the middle, take right knee into chest. Let's pay attention to the ankle, especially today. So right knee into the chest, but the ankle's rolling out. Sometimes I can get some of those snap, crackles, pops out. Make sure to roll it both directions. Good. When you're ready to extend leg up to sky, take that stretch, grab on where it's comfortable. Help to pull it in. Take another huge inhale. Nice exhale. Hook the heel over for the hip opener. So right foot to back left, slide the shin in. Especially when it comes to the hips, it's easy for me to imagine being the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz. And it's like I get the hip in a stretch and then I put the oil into it. And then suddenly it's like, oh, now I have a chance to allow that joint to lubricate. Like I can move. I'm not just rusted solid anymore. So in this beautiful hip opener here, let's take another huge breath. It flows in. Nice easy exhale. So as we release the hook of the ankle, let this right leg go up to sky for a moment. Don't use hands. And we're going to take kind of like a bicycle motion to just allow all those joints in the leg to get some motion. So leg stays straight as you lower it down next to the other one. And then bend the right knee back into chest. Extend up to sky. then lower it back down. Take around 5 or so total. So maybe this is number 3, and down. 2, down. It's okay if you're going faster, slower. Go 1 more. Good. When it releases, let go of all the muscular effort. Left knee starts to slide into chest, hug around it. Start focusing on that ankle. Take several circles to one direction. And I like to kind of play with, am I circling my toes as wide as the range as possible? Like a paintbrush. Could I paint any further around? Make sure you reverse the circle direction as well. Good. When that feels pretty complete, start to extend this leg up to sky. Grab on. We're helping out the hamstring. So the knee is an interesting joint because when we're trying to lubricate the knee, we don't do that by stressing the joint itself. It's not like the ankle where we can just roll it out. We don't do that to the knee, obviously. So the knee, what we do is we help to lubricate it by stretching all those muscles surrounding it. So give that hamstring area one more huge inhale. Nice exhale. And then take the hip opener. So left foot, hook to back right, slide the shin in. Maybe one more huge breath for the hip. Good. As we unhook ankle, this leg extends up to sky, this time not using hands. And take a couple of those bicycles, maybe 5 or so, depending on how fast or slow you're going. Circle in, extend up, drop the straight leg down. Here's 3, 2, and eventually last 1. As we drop down, let the feet start to kick free off the front. And allow the legs to kick just a little bit, circling up through the ankles, nice and easy. Arms stick up above our chest, roll the wrists out. Good. Nice inhale. And exhale. Grab onto fabric, let's sit all the way up. And let's flip right away. So slide the thumbs on the back side of the fabric down, lean back. Wide legs as we tilt. Drop the ankles. Good. So you could just hang. That could feel the best thing possible for your spine to have that space. But you could also kind of freeform have movement. So maybe you're twisting for some of the time, or maybe you're working through your shoulders, walking your hands to space behind you. Or maybe you're kind of spinning, so getting yourself with some momentum, spiral to one side, and then you release. So lots of goodies. Listen to your joints. What needs the lubrication, and how can we help that area? You're still upside down. Maybe you're taking your last 3 or 4 breaths before heading up. Beautiful. As we lean forward, floating child, let's move into the neck just a little bit. Rock the head left and right. Starting to sit back up. We're bunching up fabric toward front door. The back shoulder opens up the back wall. It can also circle behind the head. So that arm that's behind the head, straighten it back to that wall behind us. The straight arm swings to the space in front of chest and then opens back out. 3. And swing back in front of chest, open back out. 2. And 1. Good. Now thread that arm over the other elbow. We're hooking it into the elbow and then dropping dropping your head forward to mirror side. Giving the neck some space. Beautiful. Unwind the head, bunch up fabric to the back door side. Take the twist first, so reach the back shoulder to the back wall or circle it around the head. Arm opens back up to that wall behind us. With a nice exhale, it swings to the space in front of chest and opens back up to back wall. 2. And 1. Open back out. And then thread it through the center, draping it over the other elbow. And tilt your head such that you're tilting head to mirror side. Good. Unwind. Let's take the feet back in. We're taking it almost like a fetal position, only we don't have so much of the chest in. We're fetal positioning over toward front door side. You've got a top hip and a top arm, so your top arm grabs onto that fabric that's in front of your chest. And then the other arm, just let it melt down to ground, kind of like a side plank, and just continue to lean through your side ribs, drooping yourself down toward the floor. So with hand in contact with floor, you could take the other arm also and rainbow it down to the ground. That creates a huge side body stretch. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, top hand grabs up high. The head lifts. Both hands grip to switch the hips around. Okay, from this side, top hand grabs. Start to drop the other hand to floor, melt the head down, melt the side ribs down. You're pretty comfortable, pretty stable. Maybe the other arm arches up and over to get the sidearm stretch, kind of like a draping motion. So nice inhale, exhale, top hand grabs, other hand grabs. We're back up and sitting up. Just use the hands to help you kind of easily lean back sitting up, and then the legs are just going to slide heels in and back out. Let's take that another 5, heels in and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drape the arms forward, round the spine forward. The knees can be bent or straight. I'll let it be up to you whether it's closer to a low back stretch that you're needing or closer to the hamstring stretch that you're needing. Nice inhale. Exhale, grab back on, kick the feet back free off the front. Bunch up the fabric in the hands. We'll lift ourselves up and out. Looking elbows, we walk forward. We're bringing ourselves to a point where we can feel the shoulders stretch. If you want more intensity, you also walk the feet back like a plank. If you're happy with where you are, feet more underneath you, that's fine. By elbows getting pulled back, it brings us into that pec and chest stretch. Maybe even doming belly forward a little bit. 2 more breaths. 1 more huge cycle in and out. Come with your weight back over your body. Take yourself back to stand under plumb line. Good. And just kind of helping those shoulders out after that deep stretch. Let's bring backs of hands together in front of us. Inhale, circle up and widen back. Inhale up, backs of hands together again and go forward. Let's go 2 more cycles like that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, last one. Beautiful. Arms open out like a figure T. Step your front foot forward, or your right foot forward, your left foot back. And then use that figure T to wrap the fabric around your biceps, holding you in a nice kind of half pyramid pose. If you also want to lift up your front toes to get into cat, that's an option, just up to you. Make sure the neck's not adding any tension. You're welcome to just droop it down. One more huge inhale. Exhale, soft bend to the knees, roll spine up. Maybe you're doing kind of a core switch. You grab on kind of high, lift both knees up to switch. Good. Open back up, figure T, 2 straight legs. Lean forward as the fabric wraps around biceps and holds us at the half pyramid. Option for the calf by lifting up the ball and the toes of that front foot. Huge inhale. Exhale. Softly bend the knees, roll up. Maybe a core thing to bring the feet underneath us. And so from here, keeping the armpits inside, we're lowering softly down to knees. And taking this into camel's pose. So arms open out. I like to first start off by kind of leaning backwards, making it easy. I lift up my heart. I rock my head back. If you want to go deeper, almost like a cobra, you continue to let yourself lean forward. So it's up to you between that range of motion, what spot feels best. Leaning back nice and easy or leaning forward deeper. Another 3 breaths. Two. One. Chin rocks to chest. Circle the arms up and forward to free them out. As we start to lower down onto knees in front of us, take the right hand into the center of the fabric. So left hand is on the floor, kneeling. Allow this fabric to help you move through that right shoulder joint. So we're circling the arm forward, kind of crossing it past the back of the head as far as you can. Then circle through the side, rotate through the shoulder joint to circle back behind you. And swing forward and back. Let's do another 3. If it feels like it's uncomfortable, go easy through the tight spots. 2. So maybe a slight bend to the elbows behind you. 1. Good. Bringing it back forward. Start to lower the left elbow down. That might be a good spot to stretch. If it's a bit intense, maybe you bend the elbow. There's kind of like a halfway in between spot where the bent elbow pointing forward, where it's still a stretch. That one I don't have the other elbow on the ground. So kind of play with the hand grabbing the fabric if that elbow is straight or bent. Beautiful. Drop right hand to floor. Just kind of helping us to tune into the shoulders for a moment. Take 3 cat cows. So feel in the cat cow, the shoulders separating away from one another and squeezing together. 2. And 1. Beautiful. So we'll get the left hand inside now. Right into the middle. So 5 cycles. Get it wound up behind the back of your head as much as you can. And then gradually circle it all the way around behind you. Around for 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Go back forward. This is that one that you can choose. If you're leaving the elbow straight that's on the fabric, maybe you're dropping right elbow to floor. If you're bending the left elbow, maybe the right hand is up. So just play with whatever gets you into shoulder joints. One more huge inhale. Exhale. Drop left hand to floor, 3 cat-cows. Really feel it exaggerating through the shoulders. How far apart can you get shoulder blades and how much can you squeeze them together? 2. And 1. Beautiful. Sitting back onto the heels. Let's grab onto the fabric. Let's do a slight twist. So just dive hands through the center, circle around to just grab on. So from here, let's lean backwards and then lift the hips up. Use the arm strength to pull us up through camel pose. Send the arms forward, puppy pose. Belly droops down. And back to child pose. Sit the hips back, round the spine in reverse. Good. Slowly go through 4 more. Lifting hips up, arm strength up to camel, puppy, child. 3. It's okay if you're faster or slower than me. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Releasing that twisted grip, grip normal, nice and high. Get the feet out in front of us. You choose how many pull-ups you'd like to get you up to standing. Whenever you're standing, let's go into a nice hip hang. So fabric across hip bones. Travel back through down dog. And then I'm gonna let you have liberty to choose. Some days I just wanna kind of wiggle my hips left and right. So it's almost, it can be like a lightning bolt. Some days I wanna do the standing split. So hooking 1 foot at a time, reaching it up high. There's lots of options. I'm gonna let you have a little bit of liberty, a little bit of freedom here. Play around, get into the joints that feel like that you need it. Maybe if you're in the down dog shape, you wanna take a twist. So all are part of the training. So lots of variations. Even if you're one where the hip hang is not your favorite, you can always come up and do lots of shoulder openers just from leaning back. So lots of stuff that you can play with here. Freedom to explore. Freedom to get into the tight stuff. Just listen to your body. I'm not rushing those that are upside down. Let yourself still have that chance to hang. For those that are up, I'll give you some options. Bending right knee, moving the elbows to the right, and then even the left arm leans to the right. Kind of have some opportunities to wiggle through that left shoulder joint, reaching, releasing, and eventually bending left knee, lean to the left, and it's right arm that reaches, maybe a circle around that shoulder. Beautiful. Looks like we're all back up by this point. So give your head just a little bit longer to wake up. Maybe take a slight back bend. Maybe just sway a couple of more times to each side. And then scooting the fabric under shoulder blades, definitely. Sometimes even almost to like where the bottom ribs are. Walk your feet forward, coming into a chair position. So let's give ourselves our legs kind of, I call these frog legs. So I straighten directly back, widen through the sides as I circle forward. Straighten back, widen forward. Another 3, 2, 1. And then we'll reverse. So from the bent knee position, circle wide to go back, and then directly forward. Parallel position. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right ankle to left thigh. Let that right knee droop open, maybe even tilting down. Left leg straightens out. Tilt such that you can plant the right foot to the left side, but then keep the torso turning forward or even away from the bend. Beautiful. Unwind. Left ankle to right thigh, chair position, then the left knee is drooping open. Straighten right leg, left foot slants to the right side, but then the torso tries to face forward or even away from the bed. Good. Another inhale, exhale, unwind, reset the fabric a little lower on the back. And then one more thing, take the feet really, really wide. And straighten right leg. And straighten left leg. And back through the center, both hands on the inner thighs, helping to press the knees just a little wider. Inhale, exhale. Tilt the feet back onto the mat, straighten the legs. Walk the feet backwards to stand up. Free yourself of fabric, fabric's popped out in front of you. So step the feet just to the outside edges of the mat under plumb line. We're gripping nice and wide with the arms. So even wider than shoulders, as we bend forward at the waist, leaning halfway down, Let the elbows bend out to the sides. We're sliding the fabric behind the head, kind of like a pull-up, and straighten back out. Take another 4. And out. 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax the heart, drooping it down even more. Soft bend to the knees. Roll the spine up. Turn the toes outward. And to the extent that we're not getting the knees past the toes, take like a half squat down. Butt goes back and straighten back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Feet back underneath us. Let's take the right ankle inside of fabric. Make sure you're not too far behind plumb line. You're either sliding hands down, belly to thigh, or sliding hands up, splits. Weight over standing leg. We're going to hop that left foot just a little bit further forward such that the right leg can just kind of stay floating off to the right side. If it doesn't stay, you need to go even further forward or back, kind of find that spot where it just kind of, that's the spot. So bunch both fabrics in both hands, left up, right hand down. Keep the chest open. You choose if you're also taking a side splits here. Keep breathing. We got a squeaky door. Good. Weight over the center. Left hand grabs the bottom strand. Bend this right knee, kind of hike the hip so that you can send the toes behind you. With the hands coming to one to each side. We're going to try to straighten the leg as much as we can behind us. It can be pretty bent, it can be pretty straight, it just depends on you. If you're pretty straight, maybe some weight sinks back like a split. Just depends on what this hip is allowing for, what the quad is allowing for. Good. And let the knee come to a bent shape. Fabric rest on the shoulder blades behind us. Lean back, quad stretch. Good. So from here, weight over standing leg. You can either swing the leg all the way back forward, or you can just point the toes and slip it out. It's up to you. Good. Swinging switch or not, we're getting left leg in. So this first one is either lean forward or splits forward, your choice. And sometimes one side is like, oh, this is the one. We got a squeaky door. Imagine we're Tin Man. All we have to do is just put the oil on the rest. Inhale. Exhale. Good. weight comes over standing leg. We're hopping forward a little bit. Test it out. See if that's the right spot for the left leg to float off to left. When you find the right spot, bunch up both strands. Right hand slides up, left hand slides down. Maybe more side splits to the side, maybe not. Lots of noises. That's okay. This is just our little oil can working. Lubricate those joints. Huge inhale. Good. Exhale. Just the right hand stays gripping on, so we've got something to balance with. As the knee pivots around, the foot comes behind us. We have one hand going to each side. Slide the hands up. From that up position, both legs straighten. Sink some weight back if there's space. Or maybe it's like an exaggerated dancer's pose, and that's okay too. Good. And bending the knee, fabric rest behind each shoulder blade, lean back. Breath in and out. And then your choice, either swing the left leg all the way forward or point the toes and slip it right out. Good. Let's come up to mirror side front of fabric. Wave it out. Getting ourselves into the center. So the 5 grips, more or less. And head on in. So we'll bunch up the fabric to the side that faces us to center of room. Get that leg up and over. Both heels inside. Arms push out into the fabric, helping to open it nice and wide. Let's lubricate the hips. So arms push out, leg strength squeezes 2 straight legs together. Exhale. Inhale, arm strength takes over, pushing it back out. And 4. And out. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Sitting up tall. Slide the right hand down the right leg, left hand up and over. Back up tall, slide down second side. Back up. This one's more like the frog legs that we were doing. We bring the straight legs together, and then as bottoms of feet touch together, it's sliding in like a cobbler's pose and then kicking straight legs back out wide. Good. Straight legs together, cobbler's pose, wide angle, and touch legs together. Let's take another 3. 2. 1. Good. And we prepare for a pigeon pose to mirror side. So that knee, bend it in, Start getting the shoulders facing toward that side of the fabric. We're finding the two front ends on that side. You'll need to grab up high on those two ends so you can lift the hips up. Swing your back leg back behind you and pigeon pose. Maybe freeing out a shoulder. Find the two ends again, reach up high, come to a half split. So we're coming to kneel on the back knee, front leg straightens out in front of us. And then just slide the heart down, leaning forward, half split. Up to the high kneeling spot. We're sitting on the back foot. So if back foot's kind of popping out, make sure it's in. Our hips need to kind of get past the tight spot to sit on the back foot, not to the side. Once we're there, the front knee swivels in, like Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So sit on the back foot. Good. Swivel the front knee in. And then circle the arms through the front, all the way clasping behind, and lean forward. Clasp is what gets you safe. So you still need to sit on the back foot. That's it. More breath. Start to release hands, chest comes immediately inside so we don't fall out. And feel the joints as we begin to switch sides. So we're coming up, slither onto front hip, swivel the legs open. Pigeon pose backside, feel your joints pivoting around to second side. Grab the back end of the fabric, lift up to kneel, so that you can then sit your way forward into pigeon. That's it. Breaths here. Take a half split. So hands grab back on. We're kneeling on the back knee so that front leg can straighten forward. And then heart goes back down to thigh, half split. Okay, last one. If your back toes peeked out, slip them back in so that you can sit on that back foot. Once you've sat down, the front leg swivels back like it did for the pigeon. You circle the arms through the front end so you can clasp your wrists behind your back and lean forward. We're almost there. So bring So the big thing is you're not sitting on your back foot yet. So you're still not. Come back up high, kneeling. Your hips have to shift past that tight part of the fabric. Yep, and then sit on your foot. That's it. You made it. You just got here. Take a bonus breath or two. You've been here since the beginning. The moment you release your wrists, come right inside with shoulders. Let's move through the joints to come back down to sit. So pigeon, drop that front hip down, swivel the knees open. You have option for Shavasana here, just taking the cocoon shape, bottoms of feet touch together. If you want a different Shavasana, laying flat, or anything else like that, you're welcome to start transitioning toward your Shavasana, whatever that might look like today. No rush to get there, but just feel in your body all this lubrication, all those joints so happy, body relaxed. Imagine your breath is like topping off the oil in the car. Like people don't always realize, technically, we're supposed to check our dipstick every time we fill up gas. But imagine if you haven't done that with your own personal engine, imagine at least you're taking a moment to check the dipstick now. If it's low, your breath is topping it off. Just allow some of those good deep breaths to flow, huge inhales, relaxing exhales. We're going to be here for the last few minutes of class, just allowing body to be relaxed, open, receptive. Begin to deepen our inhales. And deepen our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching it out in ways that feel really nice. Take a minute or so to do any of these wiggles that help to get us back into our body. Eventually coming to a comfortable seated place, whether that's just this cocoon shape or eventually coming out to the floor or eventually facing forward, but wiggle yourself for a little while. This is our chance to wake up the spine, wake up the hips, wake up the arms. Coming back to presence, back to this moment, little by little. Comfortable seated place. Let's join hands together in front of heart. We connect back to that idea of lubrication, our body feeling much more willing to move for us today. And with that lubrication comes more fluidity, more mobility, more flexibility in how we meet the specific trials that are going to come up upon us this day, this week, this month. So with this kind of hope, this trust that we are doing the maintenance that's required for our system, with all this to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, and happiness, and peace. Namaste.
Namaste.